Hello students of 11 Commerce, welcome again to your business studies class. So students, this is the fourth class under our unit 3. Okay, unit 3, that is public, private and global enterprises. Okay, in today's class, we will start with the second forms of public enterprises. Okay, the first one was departmental undertaking. The second is statutory public corporation. That's what we are going to study today. And the third one is the government company. Okay, so class, coming back to the public corporation. Okay, public corporation, it is set up by the Special Act of Parliament. Okay, it is very simple to understand. Okay, you can even mark it in your textbook. Public corporation, it is set up by the Special Act of a Parliament. Okay, which is created by the law. All right, and public corporation, okay, they have their own legal existence. Okay, that means these enterprises, they can purchase property on their own name. All right, it is allowed for them. Okay, they can purchase property on their own name. They can even file a case to other enterprises as well. All right, and government provides capital for them. All right, that means government sanctioned every finance, okay, whatever amount of capital that is required under their enterprises, they are allowed to do so. Okay, so that is what public corporation is all about. All right, so class, let's move on and see what are some of the features. Okay, features of public corporation. Number one is formation, right? So here, very simple, it is formed. This formation is done by the Act of Parliament. Simple as that, okay? Formation, public corporation is formed by the Act of a Parliament or State Assembly, right? Number two is ownership. Okay, so ownership, it is all about government again. All right, here the government owned, controlled, managed this public corporation as well. All right, so every profit or losses that they get, it will be incurred by the government alone. Number three is management. Okay, so here this public corporation, it is being managed by the government, no doubt. Okay, but they have a special ministry, right? And that is done by the directors of the government. Okay, the directors of the government, they manage public corporation. Okay, number four, financing. Okay, so financing, complete ownership by the government. So the government gives finance, okay, provides finance to the public corporation as well. All right. Number five, appointments. So here, appointments. The employees of this public corporation are being appointed by the top officials. All right. So under this public corporation, the appointments of the employees, okay, are being appointed by the board of directors. The board of directors are in charge of this corporation, okay, to appoint new employees. All right, so the board of directors, they manage and they appoint new employees under this corporation. Number six is separate legal entity. Okay, so as I have mentioned in the in the introduction, public corporation, they have a separate legal entity. Means they are free. Okay, they are free to purchase property on their own name. All right, they can even file a case to other enterprises as well. All right, they are free to do any kind of activities that they want to do. Okay. Lastly, administrative autonomy. Okay, administrative autonomy here, there is no political interference in this corporation. Okay, that is the reason they are able to have a free autonomy. Okay, the administration level, okay, they are able to, even decision making, they are able to do so because there is no intervention from the government side under this public corporation. All right. So class, these are some of the features of a public corporation. So moving on to our next topic, that is the merits of public cooperation. Okay, so the first merit is autonomy in operation. Okay, so here under this public cooperation, they are free to operate any business enterprises of their own. Okay, that means there is no government intervention under these enterprises. All right, there is no government intervention. That means they are free, they are independent. Okay, that is the first benefit that you will get under this cooperation. Number 2 is quick decision. So quick decision, definitely it is a plus point for this cooperation. Why? Because of the same reason, no intervention from the government side. So even if even if the decision is very simple, small, they will be able to make a quick decision. Okay, because there is no intervention from the government side, and they don't have to follow all those rules and regulation that has been laid by the government. Okay. Number 3 is efficient management. Okay, so here efficient management is possible in terms of public cooperation because well-trained, well-trained officers, they work under this cooperation. So when these skilled and trained officers, they put their efforts into this organization or into these enterprises, they are able to get efficient management. Okay, efficient management is possible under this public cooperation. Number 4 is social service motive. So here the word public itself, it shows that it is all about giving service to the society, right? So in this point we have a point that talks about social service motive. That means their motive is to provide good service to the public. Okay, at the same time give service, at the same time earn a profit also. All right, so that is their motive. Okay, giving service by providing good quality products, at the same time generate revenue. Okay, that is their merits. The 5th point is protection of public interest. Okay, protection of public interest. Here the public money is being utilized. The public money is being utilized in a very efficient way. Okay, because this corporation, okay, they are accountable to the parliament. Okay, since they are accountable of whatever activities that they have done, they have to report back to the parliament, right? So the interests of the public are being utilized efficiently and effectively. Okay, these are some of the merits of a public cooperation. Now let's have a look at what are the limitations of public cooperation. Okay, class, just to let you know that when we touch on these limitations, you will come across the same point of the merits. It's there in the limitations also. Okay, if you check your textbook, you'll understand better. Okay, so we will know the reason why the same point is in the merits as well as in the limitation. Okay, you will know that in a while. All right, so yeah, let's start off with the first point. The first limitation, incomplete operational autonomy. Okay, incomplete operational autonomy. Here, when you see your merits, okay, it says autonomy in operation, but in your limitation, it says incomplete operational autonomy, right? Why? Okay, the answer to that is very simple. The reason why we have both merits and the demerits is, they have mentioned that, the word, okay, or the sentence, no interference from the government, okay, it is just in the theory part, okay. Actually, directly or indirectly, okay, government always interferes in this public cooperation, okay. Government, directly, indirectly, government presence is already there, okay? Though in your merit it says that, you know, there is no interference from the government side, so they can make decisions and they can do whatever they want, but it is just, you know, in written, in theory, okay? Actually, government, you know, the existence of the government is there, all right? That is why it comes to the point in the limitation, incomplete operational autonomy, all right? So whenever government interferes, they will have, you know, less freedom, right? That is very obvious. We have already talked about all these limitations even in the previous topics also, all right? So all these limitations are interrelated with one another when government interferes. Number 2, lack of competitive feeling, okay? Here, lack of competitive feeling, it is, you know, it is when the government neglects, okay? Government neglects the public sector, all right? They are only focused on, you know, on earning profit on their own, okay? Rather than focusing on the objectives or the motive of the public sector, all right? So when there is lack of competitive feeling, okay, definitely the chance of risks and chance of loss are already there in the sector, okay? Number 3 is ignoring service motive. Okay, so we have the same reason with this point number 2, ignoring service motive. Why? Because the directors or the head, okay, the government, they are focused on earning their own profit, okay, rather than focusing and, you know, rather than giving priority to the public corporations, okay? So these are some of the, you know, disadvantages that has come across in your this topic, public corporation. So class, moving ahead with the next topic, we have the third forms of public enterprises, okay? This is the final form, okay? And it is a government company, all right? The third form of public enterprises, okay, is a government company, all right? So let's see what is a government company. 51% of the paid up share capital, okay? 51% of the paid up share capital have to go to the government company, okay? In a sense, 51% is just a minimum, okay? 51% or more paid up share capital, it belongs to the government, okay? Either say a state or central government, right? And the rest of the person, that is 49%, okay? The 49% will you know, it will go privately to the business enterprises, all right? So remember that under government company, 51% of the paid up share capital, it goes to the government, all right? There are two types, okay? Two types of government company. The first one is wholly owned government companies, okay? Wholly owned government companies means, like I've mentioned, okay, 51% of the shares goes to the government, right? So it can be, you know, it can be even 100% sometimes, okay? It can be even 100%. So the whole share capital, okay, it goes to the government, all right? Government owned, managed and controlled the whole capital of this company, okay? The second type is mixed ownership, okay? Mixed ownership, talking about a combination of public and government. When public and the government, they combine together, okay, it is known as a joint ownership, okay? Public and government, you know, when they collaborate and work for the enterprises, it is a joint ownership. So that is the second type of a government company, all right? You will come across the features of government company, okay? Features of government company. The same features of public corporation is included in your government company. So I'm not going to explain about these features of government company, okay? Kindly refer back to the previous videos of the explanation, all right? The same points, the same explanation is there, so I'm going to skip that part, all right? The features of government company, all right? So we will go ahead with the merits of government company, okay? The first point is easy formation. Okay, easy formation, definitely going to be an easy formation. Why? Because we are talking about government company, so it is managed by the government only, right? So to form this government company, it is not hard at all, okay? Because through the administrative power, this government company can come into an existence, okay? Number 2 is autonomy in operation. Okay, autonomy in operation. Here, since this company, it is totally under the government, they are free to do any kind of activities on their own. All right, so that is autonomy in operation. In a sense, they are independent to decide whatever activities that they want to do so. Right. Flexibility, the third merit is flexibility. So whenever under this company, if they think that they need to change some of the rules, okay, they have the freedom to do that also. Any changes that they want to do under these enterprises, they are free to do so. Why? Because we know the reason, because it is under the government only. Okay. Number 4, quick decision. Quick decision is possible here under this because the government takes in charge of it, right? So they are able to make quick decision because red tapeism is not included in this company. Okay, we know what is red tapeism, right? When the slow pace of work, when the workers are not able to finish their work on time. So red tapeism is not included in the government company. Okay, so it becomes advantageous for them. All right. Number 5 is easy financing. Okay, here the government provides full, government sanction the full finance, okay, full capital of this company. All right, so and when need arises, they can even borrow money from the public also. All right, so they are free to do so. Okay. Number 6, benefits of private enterprises. Okay, benefits of private participation. So here, under this government company, okay, not only public sector but even private sector, they can come and invest money in this company. All right, so at the end, it benefits both the sectors. All right, that are some of the merits of a government company. So students, we have come to the last part of our topic, that is limitations of a government company. Okay, so number 1, it is incomplete operational autonomy, right? Incomplete operational autonomy. Now, by now you might have already guessed the answer. Why? Because when the government, okay, when government interferes, everything just become very tight, right? Because because they don't get the freedom to express their views. At the same time, even to do other activities, the enterprises, they don't have the freedom to do so. All right, so whenever government interventions are there, there is definitely some limitations. Okay. Number 2 is no continuity in policies. Okay, here whenever new officers are being recruited, okay, whenever they join in their enterprises, continuous change in the officers, it affects the enterprises. Okay, because the officers, they apply their own rules. Okay, they have their own policies to apply. So when these things keep on changing, they are they are not able to function properly. Okay, they are not able to function properly. In a sense, it becomes difficult for them to achieve the aims that they have already set for the enterprises. The third limitation is lack of professional efficiency. Here, lack of professional, we are talking about lack of directors. Okay, lack of directors, as in there are times when the board of directors, the top officials, they sometimes they neglect this sector. Okay, so when they neglect the growth and the development, the level of the growth and the development, it goes down, right? So it becomes a disadvantageous for the government company. Okay. Lastly, we have fear of public accountability. Okay, so here the annual report, okay, the annual report of the government company have to be submitted to the parliament. All right, so annual report as in whatever business activities that the enterprises have done, okay, they have to report it to the parliament. All right, so the officials, the directors, they take proper care, okay, they take proper care in maintaining all those activities. All right, because they know that they are accountable to the parliament, right? So those were some of the points under the limitations. Okay, so class, we have come to the end of this unit. Thank you.